Good evening, welcome back everyone to the Slip Grip Simracing channel here on Twitch. My name's Andrew Welbourn and tonight we have got round 3 of the BMW Compact Cup series, and this week we are at the Oulton Park Island Circuit. So based in Cheshire, Oulton Park, a firm favourite of Slip and Grip for our Wednesday series. We've been running for nigh on 3 years now, so the track very familiar to the drivers in the pack, and I would imagine most of the people that do tune in that are UK based should know Oulton Park pretty well. So pole position then, Matt?
Yeah, it was the quickest I've gone on the server all week, so yeah, I was pretty angry because I had a disconnect on lap 3. I hope I'm not plagued with issues this week, but yeah, I was pretty happy with that. I was sort of logged back into the server and rage drove a couple of laps and it came together. So.
Yeah, I'm going to say we don't need a repeat of last week with the disconnects after turn 3 or whatever it was, off into the distance.
Yeah, we could do without it, so we'll see. Tom was deltering a quicker lap on his last lap, but didn't carry it through, unfortunately. So yeah, Tom will be there. Matt will always be there. So we'll see. Yeah, see what I can do.
Yeah, try and make the car as wide as possible, I suppose. Anywhere in particular you think would be vulnerable for a move?
Probably up the hill, out the hairpin. If you get a little bit of wheel spin on the exit, you just lose all your momentum. So yeah, clean and tidy through there should be okay. Otherwise, probably into the last corner is another sort of danger area for overtakes. So we'll see. Yeah, it'll be an interesting race anyway.
Excellent stuff. Well, be sure to keep an eye out on them places then, and good luck for the race.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, Matt.
Cheers, Andy.
So the lights are getting ready to come on then. As we count down, who will get the best start? Oh, it's a dreadful start by Tom there, by the looks of it. As everyone sort of gets away, Paul cuts across early. So let's jump. We're sticking with Tom, and Tom has lost that position to Matty J. Everyone through turn 1 cleanly as they come barreling down into Cascades. There's a little bit of contact there between Matty J and Tom Simpkins. Tom sideways on the entrance into Cascades, but manages to gather it back up then as they all come streaming down towards the hairpin. Again, maybe watch out for some of the guys towards the back. Everyone appears to have behaved themselves, braked early enough to avoid any issues, and through they go then. So it's a good clean start from everyone here, and Matty J already on the attack. Look, wants to see if he can find a way by Matty Davis as soon as he possibly can and potentially put a break in. That looked like a terrible exit for Matty Davis on the exit of Knickerbrook there, so they'll go up through under Clay Hill, sorry. And as Matty J got the move done, he's certainly alongside. Matt Davis giving in the room on the outside, and Matt Johnston goes right round the long way round and immediately defends to the inside, but he doesn't need to. He pulls back across, ready for the braking zone. So that is job done, as Tom is looking as well. He does not want Matty Johnston to get away. They're going to have to be careful here, as Tom got a bit of an overlap, not quite enough, so he does pull back in behind Matty Davis. Again, that might be a tactical move, because he certainly seemed to have a bit of a drive on Matty Davis in front of him. But we know how quick Matty Davis has been in practice. You can see immediately, as soon as they start battling, there's over half a second gap now already to Matty Johnston in front, so the guys are going to have to be careful, as Rob was looking for the outside line through Cascades to try and get past Paul Ayo as well. Not able to do it. That is slightly wide on the entrance for Matty Davis. Apologies, I didn't quite see if he took the tight line in. Keeps it on the exit though, and they will continue their fight. So We'll see how they're settling down soon. Jake Biggerstaff just managed to pull away from John Walker in 6th place there, and he's hunting down Rob Fowler. Ignore the timing buzz. Ross Parker has gone back to the pits. He's definitely not in 1st place, so ignore that for now. It should reset itself once these guys go across the grid. So not sure what's happened to Ross Parker there. It's unfortunate that he is in the pits. Hopefully everything gets itself sorted. We'll just continue running down. So that'll be John in 7th place, actually still where he qualified as far as I'm aware. And they got Alex McGee defending from Dave Rose in the Jägermeister car. He's going to force him wide. There's a little bit of contact. Here's Tom O'Farrell as well, looking to get a run on both these drivers. Dave Rose has got himself through. There's Ben Hanks as well behind. He's got Lewis Preston and Harrison behind him. And that's Dave and Alex through. Tom O'Farrell going really, really wide and should have the room. Coming down into Cascades, will he? He's certainly going to look at it. Tries to brake late. Alex leaving some room on the inside. It's good driving from both these two. And Alex slots back in ahead, so we will just jump back to the leaders. I just noticed on the camera set there that Matty Davis had closed that gap back down. There was a few car lengths. There's a flash of the lights as well. It's Matty. Johnston does it in retaliation. Not that anyone will be able to see it other than us on the stream. But yeah, Matt Davis closing them car lengths down then. As we're on lap 3, all getting a little bit serious. Tom living dangerously out on the edge there. Just trying to hang on to the back of these two. I think Paul and Rob have been beating each other up as well. They're in the 42s on that last lap, and it's allowed Jake to catch up to the back of him. You've got those 2 packs of 3 cars as it stands. Tom actually maybe just slightly lost touch on this lap with that little excursion. He's certainly not out of it yet, not even halfway through this race yet. And if the two Mats at front start battling again, Tom will be right on him. That looks like Rob Fowler might have got the move done. He's going to try and hang it around on the outside again as Paul goes on the inside line. And Jake looking to do both of them at the same time. He thinks the better of it there. I was going to say 3 wide into there isn't going to work. And Rob just squeezing Paul on the outside line there. And manages to get that move completed. So Rob up into 4th place then. Jake as well looking to take the long way around Paul. They're going to stay side by side. Jake should have a good run out there as well by the looks of it. And Paul has to tuck him behind. So Paul not having a good evening so far then for him and his high standards. He's down into 6th place now, having lost those 2 positions. Have to try and regroup and see if he can launch an attack back at the 2 guys in front of him. And so we've got on track. So Alex and Tom O'Farrell still aren't finished. 0.4 between those 2. And pulling away. I was just trying to see the gaps to Ben. Ben not quite able to close on him as it stands. But he's holding a nearly 2-second lead ahead of Harrison for now. We've got Lewis Preston, Dave Rose and Ashley Toft making up the rear as missing this battle again then. So Rob losing out to Jake, and here comes Paul Ayo as well, who wants a piece of this action to try and regain those positions that he lost on the last lap. Not able to do anything into turn 1 this time. Will the guys make a mess of the runs? Doesn't appear so far. John Walker there, just off the back of these guys. He's got just over a second to make up. We know he can get running the 41s, so he could still catch these guys. See all fan out then. Jake taking that defensive entrance in. He's going to try and park the car on the apex. and drive out. He did well there, actually. You would have thought Rob would have a bit more of an ideal entrance, an exit through that corner, but yeah, Jake holding on well, managing to keep good momentum as Rob really late on the brakes there. Got the car turned in though. Close again, right on the bumper, all over the curb. It just unsettled the car on the exit, so not ideal. Go through the double right-hander. Druid's car, it's been bugging me all night so far. Druid's, yeah. Don't know why I couldn't remember that one. So yeah, down towards Lodge again then. So you should see some late braking from Rob Fowler, notorious for it. Clip of grass on the exit. Jake making that Windows 95 car as wide as you like. Tom O'Farrell's still trying to find a way past Alex McGee as well. See, close on the deltas. Can he get a move made? Not as it stands. Gap out of the front just increased as well. It's nearly a second now with Matty Johnson putting a 41.2 in, so absolutely blinding like that. Faster than what he did in the qualifying session, so Matt Johnson that is really on it as Rob Fowler looked to sneak down the inside. There was a slight gap opened up. Not able to get the move done though. Will Paul be able to have a look? Looked like he had a better run. Certainly thinking about it. Elects not to. Waiting for a bit better opportunity to hopefully present itself. Do think that something might happen between these guys. Rob Fowler's certainly keen to make his way back past Jake Biggerstaff if he can. Paul's just lurking in the background in case these two do make a mistake and force each other wide or slow each other up through the battling. They have fallen quite a way off the back of the top three. The lead. Oh, as that is yeah, Alex McGee right on the back of John Walker. So as John had a poor lap, it looks like it a 43 flat. And Alex had a good lap. Tom O'Farrell's had a bit of a poor one as well, a 43.8. So whatever went on that lap, Alex is now right on the back of John Walker. He's really closing in onto that rear bumper. Is he able to have a bit of a look down into the hairpin? John certainly defended, just parks the car in the middle of the track. It's good driving really, because wasn't really room to get past him on either side. But Alex really started to hustle, and there's nothing between the front two, sorry. To cut back there, no, Matty Davis has got an overlap, and he's going to try and get this done through Knickerbrook. It's going to force Matty Johnson wide, and here comes Tom. Tom is going to go past at least Matty Davis, you would suspect here. Tom really quick on the last lap, matching the guys, but here they go then. And that should be Tom Simpkins through into second place. So Matty Davis, after being on the offensive and trying to get himself into the lead of this race, has actually cost himself the momentum. And that is Tom up into second place. And now hunting down Matty Johnston. And so the guys are going to have to start trying to beat him if they want any hope of stopping him from just running away with this championship. And Tom looks like he got a great exit out of Lodge. I thought he was going to launch an attack into turn one there. Wasn't able to quite get it done. It was a 44 for both Matty Johnson and Matty Davis. So it was yeah, that battling really slowed them up on that lap. You see Tom was able to hold the tighter line there then through Cascades. They've got this run down into the hairpin. Tom on the outside, Matty Johnston defending early. Here comes Tom looking for a way round the outside. Little bit of wheel spin on the exit, but it looked pretty good actually. He at least matched, and in fact he has got a better run, so there was a slight bit of overlap as we wait for the camera to change. He's forcing his way down the inside. Matty Johnston's trying to close him, and Tom is saying, no you don't, son. I'm here. And he's going to go the long way round at Hislops, and the move's done as Matty Davis dives down the inside then. Looks for that move through Knickerbrook. Matty Johnston's all over the grass. And he manages to hold position there, so Tom showing the way through. Gets himself up into first position, so he's got just over a lap to try and hold on. He'll be loving seeing Matty Davis trying to make a move on that though. It just gave him a couple car lengths. He'll be hoping for some more, so he's got just that little bit more breathing space available to him. As we come to start the final lap then, as close as you like between these top three. Into turn one then, Jake still ahead of Rob and Paul Hayo in the background. Battle with Tom O'Farrell and Alex McGee still not off as well, but we will focus on these leading three. Tom slightly sideways into Cascades, and he's defending early, so obviously cost himself a bit of time initially. Slowly makes his way over to the ideal line for the braking zone. He's looking good so far. So this bit that Mike Davis said, where you could be vulnerable. Mike Johnston weaving, trying to fill those mirrors and put Tom off. Tom missed the first apex there. Able to gather it up through the second and third. Matty Johnston really, really close. Any move that does get made, Matty Davis is going to be right there as well. 0.2 between the lot of them. Absolute train just pushing each other more or less round. So it's all going to come down to the final corner. Lodge Corner, who got the best run? Tom electing not to defend the inside line. He's concentrating on the exit by the looks of it. Mike Johnston looks like he's got a pretty decent run. Will Tom be able to hold on? It's looking like it. It's going to be close, but I think Tom will hold on then. Just ahead of Matty Johnston. And then Matt Davis. So 0.4, I think, between all the top guys there. Jake holds on for fourth in front of Rob Fowler and Paul Ayo. Then we've got John Walker, Alex McGee, Tom O'Farrell, Ben Hanks, Harrison, Dave Rose and Lewis Preston as they make their way through then. I think, oh, Ashley Toff's had a nightmare on the last lap. It's a shame, but at least he seems to have had a bit more of a consistent evening, not having wheel issues, etc. So yeah, Lewis Preston with his first race with us, managing to get through as Ash goes wide again, so needs to get finished off really. Just wait for him to come through, and then we can do our server reset. So anyone that's watching that needs a little bit of a break, we'll be pausing momentarily just whilst I have to reset the server again with the entry list so we can get ready for races 2 and 3. So there's Ashley Toft cross the line then to finish off race 1 for us, and an absolutely epic race overall there. Evening for that. And then yeah, so get involved, check out Tinders, because I read your message. Check out Discord as we wait for the lights then. Got to remember to change the camera set in a minute. It's a poor start from Tom again by the looks of it. Might be able to get away with it. He's certainly going to have the inside line as they go through turn 1. He's going to push Matt wide. He's going to have to give him some room at some point. Yeah, not sure if it's if it was reactions or whether it's using the clutch by Matty J and Matty Davis, but he's trying desperately hard to keep hold of that lead as they come barreling into the hairpin there. Tom flashing the lights. Oh, there's a bit of contact between Matty Davis and Jake Biggerstaff. That is forced Jake Biggerstaff out wide, and that is Paul Hayho and Rob Fowler through on Jake, the person they couldn't get past in the last race. John Walker is alongside as well in the background, and that is Matty J. Meanwhile, managed to get himself through to the lead of this race yet again. So that sort of poor start from Tom ultimately has cost him. It took him a long time for the move to get done. So they need to work together now and stay together in a group and not let Matt Johnston break away. So they'll come through Druids then. I think John Walker must have made a bit of a mistake. He has dropped down to 10th place as it stands. There's Rob Fowler looking for a way past Paul. There's a little bit of a nudge on the apex there as Paul parks the car. Tom O'Farrell's had a good start by the looks of it. Without some as Ben goes into the pits, that must be a drive-through. That must be a jump start. So that's a drive-through for Ben, and that is a disaster at the moment. So with the 14 cars that are on circuit, the top 12 are getting reversed. So he's going to have to try desperately hard. The fact that it's not too bad actually, he's not lost too much. It's such a short pit lane as Harrison goes rally crossing right into the middle of the circuit there. So yeah, Ben definitely got an opportunity to come back and get himself in that reverse grid draw. I say Alex managing to hold on there whilst I was looking at Ben. Got the correct livery on this time round with his camouflage livery there with the Slip Grip logo and Husingveld on the side of it. Meanwhile, we'll just jump back to the front then. Just saw the gap was 0.1 of a second between second and third place. So they've got to work together. As soon as they start battling, they're going to allow Matty Johnson to get away, but that was a poor run from Tom. Matt Davis is going to capitalise by the looks of it. He's got the car alongside. He's going to edge ahead by the time they go over the line. And he will get this move done now. So that is Matty Davis through into second place. How hard is Tom going to battle at this stage of the race? Say we're just on to lap 3. Oh, he's going to really battle hard. He's banging doors as they're going down into Cascades. Then Tom, wanting that position back, immediately sticks to the outside and will have the inside line for the hairpin, but we can see what it's doing. It's a 1.2 second gap to the lead. Oh, as Matty Davis tries to avoid Tom, I think there was a clip of the grass as he was on the brakes. Car will not turn, he just nudges the tyres and he's dropping down the order. That's going to be Dave Rose that goes past him in a second by the looks of it with John Walker. So he's looking at 9th or 10th place here. By the time he gets slotted back into position, he's going to try and hang it around the outside. Oh, as John clips the tyres, and it's going to be a disaster for all of them here. They're all slowed up because of it. And Matt Davis tries, he might, ends up in that 10th place, so not a good lap for him at all there. Excuse me. It has just split the pack up then, up at the front, so Paul Ayo in third place, inheriting that position, running in the 41s. He's actually pulling away from Rob Fowler this time round. Oh, it's Rob. That's Rob out in the gravel. That looks like a failure. Something to do with his system, that, because he was absolutely flying into the corner and you can see he's parked in the gravel. So To me, that screams of an equipment failure there. Very, very strange. So yeah, Jake then up into 4th place because of that. And you've got Alex McGee and Tom O'Farrell still battling away. Tom O'Farrell must be getting sick of seeing that car of Alex McGee's. All of the first race stuck behind it, and so far nearly halfway into this race too, and he still cannot find a way through. Oh, there's a little nudge on the back and just waits for him to recover there, so that was good sportsmanship, good courteous driving. In fact, he's lost quite a bit of time actually with that lifting off, but yeah, you could just see there was that slight bit of a tap just on the exit as Alex was getting back on the power, and it was enough to send the car really sideways, but he managed to recover, and Tom allowing him to recover and keep the position. So as I say, good driving, good sportsmanship seen there. So what can happen up at the front then? Can Tom do anything about this gap to Matty Johnston? He's certainly going to try. It's a little wide through Lodge Corner. Just taking to the grass slightly on the exit, but we will see the lap times. It's a 41.3, plays a 41.6. It's the fastest lap of the race for Matty Johnston as well, a purple lap. Tom really wide again. They're all using the runoff on the edge there. Obviously not costing him any time. Yeah, he's going to have to work hard to try and gain that ground. Have we got other battles? Ben, where's Ben? He's in 12th place. He's having a good battle with Ashley Toft and Lewis Preston by the looks of it. Overcome that deficit. Oh, there's a little bit of a nudge on Ash Toft going into Cascades, and that's really unfortunate. Hopefully Ash Toft can get going again. Just trying to find the right gear in that by the looks of it. He's dropped miles off the back of the pack. There was, yeah, just that little bit of contact on the braking phase into the corner, and it's enough to send Ash Toft out onto the grass. Was Matty Davis, oh sorry, there was 0.1 of a second between Matty Davis and John Walker, and that was Matty Davis being held right up again. Oh, I wonder what happened there. He's slowed right. Is he looking at the reverse grid? I do wonder. Something's certainly wasn't correct there, because he was just backing right off all of a sudden there, and he's allowed Harrison to go through. I do wonder if he's looking at it as a tactical pole, potentially. Let's wait to see. See if he'll really attack Harrison again or not. Meanwhile, on that last lap, Tom was 0.3 quicker again than Matty Johnston up ahead of him. So what time he did lose on the previous lap, he has gained back, and he's got that gap under a second. So it's a bit like race one, really. Tom sort of came into it later on. Whether the ballast is actually making a difference to the tyre life towards the end of the race, be interesting to know actually, because as I say, we saw it in race one as well. I think there was the battling as well between the two Matts at the front, but say that and the gap's just spread right open again from a mistake by Tom, but he did seem to be catching initially, so some encouragement for him over the last couple of laps if he can try and maintain the speed that he had in the first half of the lap. He might just be able to get back on terms. Paul still running quickly as well, only really able to match these guys at the minute, so he's going to be desperate for them to make a mistake and see if he can capitalise and get himself to the front. Jake in a lowly 4th position at the moment. And then you've got the McGee and Tom O'Farrell battle there then. Still for that 5th place. Alex clinging on to it. That looks like a good run from Tom this time through. He's going to cut out nice and early. Is he going to get this move done? They're certainly side by side. Alex still ahead on the time sheet. He's going to try and hang out on the outside line. And Tom O'Farrell, as they both go way off into the grass. Far from ideal, but Tom finally getting that move done. Oh, and there's a nudge on the brakes. Alex got that wrong. He just braked too late, and you can see he's waiting for Tom to rejoin. I'm going to slot in behind him then too. They've both lost that position to Dave Rose, who thanks them both very much. And they will continue their battle behind. There's John Walker now on the back of Alex. Mike Davis has got back past Harrison and up into 9th place, so not sure what happened there. Ben Hanks is in 11th in front of Lewis Preston. And Ashley Toft is at the back, doing 1:43, so not too bad a lap time from him there, as it stands. Where is the closest gap? Excuse me. Just trying to keep an eye. So it is these three at the moment. Everyone else kind of spread out, matching each other. There's Dave Rose. So all the guys are within the reverse grid. It will be pretty much the entire grid apart from Ash Toft by the looks of it, so it is a shame. Has Rob Fowler gone actually? Looks like Rob Fowler's gone from the Discord as well, so not sure what happened with him in the race. Saw him just go flying off into the gravel. Unfortunately, his evening appears to be over as well. Shall we? Ben Hanks pulling out early there to see if he can make a move on Harrison. Say Ben Hanks recovering after the jump start at the beginning. We saw him take the drive through. Didn't cost him too much time with such a short pit lane. He has managed to make a couple positions back up on track, and now harassing Harrison. And this the battle for 10th place then overall. Everyone else still pretty comfortable in position. This is about the closest battle on track. Matty J will be starting the final lap anytime now. So we'll come back to that one in a minute and just have a look. Matt Johnson with one of his typical dominant drives managed to get to the front on lap 1. It was a hell of a battle with Tom whilst it lasted. Once he hit the front though, never looked like conceding the lead again. Getting the car stopped, taking a late apex through. Baleo not able to close in on Tom either, so these guys, barring a big mistake, should finish in order. You see Ben has actually been able to put a move on Harrison then. Moves up into 10th place. Just saw the switch on the timetable there. Just trying to see. No one else at the minute close together, so looks like all positions are settled for this race. Not quite as manic as race 1, but we do have the reverse grid coming up as Tom goes on the grass. Right at the end here on the final lap. Yeah, we've got that reverse grid, which has been excellent in the last couple of rounds. There's Matty Johnson then through Dear Lee and across the line to take another victory in this series. Tom Simpkins in second then, in front of Paul Hayhoe and Jake Biggerstaff. Right, Dave Rose in a good 5th place there. Tom O'Farrell took him so long to get past Alex McGee, but comes home in 6th place then. There's Matty Davis in 8th, in front of John Walker, so he finally managed to get past John Walker. Ben finishes ahead of Harrison, point 2, as Harrison takes out Ben after they've crossed the line. Excuse me. And then we're just waiting for Ashford Toft then, who is coming across the line. Oh, I wonder what happened to Lewis Preston actually. So he had a 147 on the last lap, and I think he's out of fuel. Yeah, I think he's coasting. I think he's out of fuel. So it's a disaster. Is he actually going to make the line? He's slowly crawling towards it. It is slightly uphill, so hopefully should have just crossed. Yeah, there he goes, just across the line. So yeah, a couple more litres needed for Lewis there. As we get ready for the start of the race, then the lights are on. Who will get the best start? Let's see. Looked like a good one from Ben and Harrison there. Everyone getting away pretty cleanly. Looked like a good one from Paul Ayo as well, darting forward. So hopefully everyone will be through turn 1 again fairly sensibly. Matt Johnston past Tom again. I think it is a case that he's using a clutch rather than just banging it into gear. Tom all over the curb and managing to get himself back ahead and in front of Dave Rose at the same time. So that was a bold move by Tom, but he got the job done. And here comes Matt Davis then, already up into 2nd place. I would imagine Ben Hanks will probably just let him go and then try to start defending from the guys behind him. So, excuse me, Ash Toft in 4th place. He's managed to hold on better than he did last time out, as everyone's going to come barreling into his slots then. That's Alex McGee on the inside of John Walker. Going to try and hold it. See him go through. Here comes Jake Biggerstaff as well, forcing the way through. Tom O'Farrell as well. There's Tom Simpkins on the left-hand side. They're going to remain. There's a great big bunch. 2 trains of cars there. There's a switch of positions. Alex gets himself to the front of the pack. Jake is through. So is John Walker. Who's that out wide? Is that Tom? Looks like Tom. Manages to slot back into the group. Paul trying to find a way through as well. Oh, Jake really sideways on the exit. Would have cost him a lot of momentum, but I think with all the shenanigans going on behind him, he's going to hold on to that position for now. Oh, and there comes Matty J down the inside. Was he? I think he thought the better of it and backed out. Tom O'Farrell out in no man's land at the exit of turn 1 as well, and he's going to drop to the back of this pack. So your quick guys really all battling and causing no end of mischief amongst the rest of the grid so far. Tom really late on the brakes there. It looked like he was getting a shove. Oh, and that's Jake and Ben. Oh, Jake's been turned around. So Jake donutting will get the car going again. Have seen your comment, Phil. It is a Windows 95 car. Tom Simpkins threw it together in about 15 minutes, but it's an excellent looking car. We will come back to it in a bit. So, whatever had happened at the front, yeah, because where's Matty Davis? Matty Davis, I'm guessing there must have been a bit of contact with Jake, because I'm sure he was ahead. Well, he was ahead of McGee and Toff, so something's definitely happened there that I've missed, so I apologise for that. I was watching all the other battles trying to go on. So Harrison is doing similar to what he did at round 1 actually with a reverse grip, where he managed to get himself out in the lead at the beginning of the race and built up a big gap, and was then not able to be caught in time by come the end of the race. So we're on lap 3, and here comes Matty Davis straight past Ashtoff and Alex McGee in one go. So he's now got a 4-second gap to find, to try and bridge. Oh, no he won't, because Alex McGee is going to battle him all the way. Alex thinking the better of it though, and slots him behind. So here comes that crazy pack of Paul Ayo, Matt Johnston, Tom Simpkins and John Walker. Seen them all over the grass, alongside each other, overtaking all over, everywhere you're not supposed to be able to overtake. And in fact, 2 of them swamp Ashley Toft, so fair play to Ashley Toft though. He's managed to make it to lap 3, and he's still with the pack, he's not been dropped. These guys really beating each other up here and slowing each other up. Here comes Tom as well, trying to get past Paul. Paul going to force him wide. Tom's going to have to be careful here. Going to say he might end up falling through the floor, otherwise there is those holes in the map. As I go through Drews, then Paul down the inside, not quite on Tom. Maybe just start to settle down a little bit now, them two. We'll have to keep an eye on the lead gap in a second, so it's definitely going to come down. Ashtoff trying to defend from John Walker, and Dave Rose, there's a big gaggle behind him, all desperately trying to make their way through. So yeah, Matt Davis was 4/10 quicker than Harrison that time round, as Tom goes out ploughing the grass as well. Ploughing. Oh, I don't know if fountains. Mowing the grass, there you go, that'll do. On the exit of turn 1. And that gap really come down at front. Oh, that looked like a mistake from Harrison, so that is not going to help his cause. Yeah, he saw 3/10, 4/10 in that one corner. Matt Davis on the hunt. Alex McGee trying to stick on the back of him. It's not happening so far, and it's not going to be long before he's going to have this train of Matty Johnston, Tom Simpkins and Paul Hayo right on him. If they can keep it together. They seem to have settled down for now. Though, say it was a crazy few opening laps between those guys, trying to find their way through the pack. Ashtoff still hanging on in there as well in 7th place. Doing well. Got Tommy O'Farrell for company. Come into Lodge Corner then. So what happens on the exit. See what the lap times are. I'm going to say Jake is, as John and Ben both go off onto the grass as well. Yeah, Jake quite a way behind actually, so I didn't think he was that far off the back initially, but yeah, he's got a lot of ground to make up, sorry. Yeah, 1:50, so he's obviously had another issue on that lap. Yeah, 42.9 from Ashtoff, so it's not a bad lap at all, that from him. Probably the quickest he's been all night. As Tom O'Farrell then gets himself alongside, coming out of Cascades. Going to go side by side into the hairpin. No, Tom will have that move done, but he goes wide. Will the switchback be on? Certainly going to look at it. Not able to get that done, so he's got John Walker for company now as we cut back to the leader then. So it's a bit of a scruffy lap from Harrison last time round by the looks of it, a 1:43.0, and that's a 1:41.5 from Matt Davis, you can see on there, which is a personal best for him on that last lap. He's cut that lead down. It's under a second now. So certainly within the next lap, maybe less than that, he is going to be right on the bumper of Harrison. And we'll start to look for a way through. Down to half second already. See what the lap times are this time through. So 42.6 plays a 41.2 and the fastest lap of the race for Matt Davis. Blisteringly quick lap that time through. So Harrison just got to try and keep it together. Make that car as wide as he can. How early will he start to defend? He's not defending just yet. He's certainly going to have to think about it soon. You can see Tom Simpkins and Matt Johnston just thinking about having a bit of a duel there as they begin to catch Alex McGee as well. But Matt Davis all over the bumper now, pulls out early, and he's going to get the braking done into his slops, as he certainly does. Harrison affords him some space, but that is Matty Davis through then into the lead of this race. And you would suspect that he should just be able to pull away now. Harrison not giving up so far. Decent run out of Knickerbrook. Gonna have to be careful as we go through Druids and down towards Lodge Corner, and that is Alex McGee overtaken by both Mike Johnson. Just saw Tom making a move as well. Tom immediately trying to attack Matty Johnston as well, so it must have been a poor exit from Matty Johnston. It's Paul Ayo on the back of Alex as well now, so Paul pulling out early. Alex going to try and force him towards the pit wall. Paul thinking the better of it and going the other side of the circuit. Just having to stop Alex parking the car on the apex, so defending well there. Paul not able to find a way through. These guys, they are catching the two in front. So you can just see Matty Davis just starting to get a little bit of a gap. He can start to think about making progress forward rather than having to defend. There's Tom Simpkins then. Cheers Phil, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Dave in 10th place, so sorry we've not featured him much. Here comes Tom then, looking for the outside. Oh, there's contact through the middle of his slots. Tom's still trying to take advantage on the exit. And there's contact on the exit of Knickerbrook as well. Through contact between the two cars. Tom forcing his way through. Here comes Alex McGee and Paul trying to desperately make a position back. So Alex, is wide. He's got pushed and they all concertina together. And that forces Matty Johnston into the gravel. And he was a bit unlucky on the rejoin there. Tom O'Farrell thankfully saw it coming and managed to avoid Matty Johnston. But yeah, Matt, bit unlucky there, through no fault of his own, in my opinion, on that one. And that is Tom up onto the podium then, and he's now got just over a lap, well, sort of a lap and 3/4 to get back to Harrison. He's got a 2-second gap to overcome, so he's going to need a blindingly quick lap this time through. It's going to have to be in the 41s. And then he may possibly have another chance if he can put another one of those laps in on the last lap to have a go at Harrison. So the gap is under 2 seconds now. Paul Ayo's still there, not far off the back. That sounded like some chaos in the back as well. Hopefully nothing happened. The gaps in that don't seem to have changed too much, so maybe sounded worse than what it actually was. We'll just focus on this battle then for the final podium positions. Tom closing in. He's got that gap down to 1.4. He can see Harrison just there in front of him. The carrot is there. It's tantalisingly close. Apologies if you just heard my dog flapping in the background as well. He's been quiet all this time. There we go then. So that's Matt Davis at the front of this race. Over Dear Lee and across the line to start the last lap. So what has Tom done this time through? A 41.7, 43.2, so it was a poor lap from Harrison, and Tom is now within a second. Got to try and make as much ground up as he possibly can right now. It's half a second. He's had a really good run through turn 1. And a good drive down then to the hairpin. Is he able to claw a few extra meters back? Looks sharper on the brakes. Looks visibly closer this time through, surely. 0.3 of a second, so he's got a run up the hill as we look at the 2D crowd there. Yeah, certainly has. He's thinking about it. He pulls out. Harrison leaving all the room in the world on the inside. Tom driving round the outside and then back on the inside for Knickerbrook. So Harrison being very, very courteous there. He left a lot of room, has to be said, and is going to cost himself a podium position here as well, because that is going to be Paul Ayo through by the looks of it. Harrison over the curbs, and he does make contact with Paul. Paul mashes the throttle, keeps the car sideways, tyres smoking, but he holds it, and that is well held. So Harrison losing out. Here comes Alex McGee as well, looking to try and take Harrison on this last lap as well. Harrison going to be a disaster, nearly. Matty Davis, meanwhile, is going to finish in first place. And then we're waiting for the rest of the pack. So there goes Tom. That is Paul Hayo in front of Harrison. Where is Alex? Has Alex gone to... There must have been contact. Sorry, panned away just at the wrong time. There must have been contact with Alex. We saw Alex was on the outside. Something happened to Alex there. Whether he spun it actually on the grass. We did see him go wide in his battle. And there goes Ashtov in 12th. I think Lewis, has he stopped? Yeah, he's left the server. So yeah, he'd obviously had a bit of a disaster there. But there we go then. An epic final reverse grid race, as always, from these guys. Alex and Harrison had a bang. Yeah, maybe they did. Oh no, there is Lewis. Apologies, Lewis. The timer didn't want to go focus on you, but he did come round to complete the race, so that is good from him. And that is everyone safely through, so yeah, a cracking final race again, as always. So we'll just put it on this page for now then. So yeah, thank you to everyone that has watched this evening, and thank you to anyone that does watch back. Normally the drivers, but yeah, if anyone does watch this back, don't forget to give us a follow if you don't already. If you want to subscribe as well, the free subscription through your Amazon Prime account, linking it with your Twitch is the best way to go about that. Just helps us with server costs and running, as we've explained before. We've got the Ginetta Cup coming on Sunday, which is at Oulton Park again. So yeah, we're running Oulton Park twice this week. 2 20-minute races on the longer circuit, the full circuit. Should be pretty epic, that one, actually. The Ginettas have been fantastic so far. We do have highlights on our YouTube channel, as well as being able to rewatch the streams on Twitch. So give that a check as well. Come see us in our Discord. if you want to get set up, you want to get involved with the racing on Assetto Corsa or Assetto Corsa Competizione. And yeah, see you, Anne, as well. Thanks for dropping in the chat. But yeah, other than that, that's us done and out of here. So thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.